Hey everybody, welcome to Barbecue Elevated. Today I'm going to do a rib experiment. You can see here I got a whole bunch of racks of ribs, making these for a party that we're having this weekend. Obviously I don't have enough space on my Franklin to be able to cook these all at once, so I'm going to do a little bit of an experiment. We've got 2 racks of spare ribs, then 4 racks of back ribs. So what I'm going to do is I'll cook my 2 spare ribs on the Franklin, and then 2 back ribs on the Franklin. And then I'm going to put 2 more back ribs on the Pit Boss pellet grill, and then you're going to do a compare and contrast. All these have been seasoned the exact same way. I've already trimmed them all, pulled the membranes off on them, salted the bottom side. The top side just has a salt and pepper mix on top. And then what I'm going to do is just cook them the exact same method, sauce them the same way, wrap them all the same way, cook them all until they're all done about the same time. Like everything's going to be done the exact same. And then we're just going to compare the Franklin smoked ribs with the back ribs compared to the back ribs smoked on the Pit Boss, kind of see how they compare, see the differences, see which ones taste good, which ones, sure they all taste good, but just see which ones are preferred. I'm on the Franklin, I'll just use my normal oak that I use. On the Pit Boss, I've got cherry pellets, so we're going to use cherry for those. Okay, I've got the ribs on the Franklin here, got the spare ribs. Not going to worry too much about those, really just focusing on the back ribs, because those are what we're comparing to the Pit Boss. So they're on here, ready to go. Got the water pan full. Keep the moisture in there good. I don't have a water pan for my Pit Boss. Maybe I should get one, but... And then there's the ribs in the Pit Boss, so we're going to check them out. I'll show you here in a few hours kind of what they're looking like, what kind of color they're taking on, see how they're coming. All right, coming out here to check on the ribs real quick. So these are the ones on the Franklin, getting some really nice red coloring. It's only been about an hour and a half since I put them on, so they're looking really nice, coming along really well, not looking like they're drying out. Even the one up front here isn't drying out, but we're focusing on the back ribs. They look good, happy with those. Let's go check them out in the Pit Boss. All right, Pit Boss doesn't have quite as much coloring. Like this right here is the actual color of the actual rib itself. They're just kind of drying out a little bit, but not really changing a whole lot of color, getting that pink hue to them. A little bit though, they're coming along, just taking longer, which is okay. So going to keep them going and check them out again here in about another hour and a half before we wrap them. I just sauced the ribs, so I'm just going to go ahead and check them out, see what they're looking like. So here's the Pit Boss ribs, of course. They're looking okay, coming along. They have like a different kind of like a darker hue forming around them, but they're still looking good. I like the way they're coming along. They definitely don't look like they are dried out as much, which is kind of nice. You know, let's go look at the Franklin ribs real quick. So here's the Franklin ribs. Definitely a better color to them, I think, but they are looking like they're kind of like drying out a little bit more than what the Pit Boss ribs are, but we'll give it a try. I mean, the Franklin ribs never come out dry. They're just maybe lose a little bit more moisture than what they do in a pellet smoker. I'm not really sure yet. Definitely like the coloring of the Franklin ribs better, though, to this point, but we'll keep checking on them. Once they're done saucing, I'm going to go ahead and wrap them, and so next time we check these out, it'll be the taste test. All right, so here's the racks of ribs. Got them both done. So this front one right here is the Franklin one. This one back here is the Pit Boss one. You can see the Franklin has a darker, kind of deeper color. The Pit Boss isn't quite as dark, isn't quite as deep. Doesn't have really any bark formation at all compared to the Franklin. So we'll try the Pit Boss one first. The Pit Boss it doesn't feel as tender, but it's got good flavor. Definitely tastes good. Again, I cook all these the exact same, so I'm like, no. But I just noticed that the Franklin one is definitely more of a falls to the bone. Tenderness. As far as flavor goes, they both have really great flavor. They both taste really similar, really comparable. The Pit Boss ones are a little bit, not quite as tender as what the Franklin ones were, but still really good. Still tastes great. You know, one thing I did like about the Pit Boss ones, there's definitely a lot less effort required for them. But the Franklin, you know, a little bit more effort, get a little bit more tenderness, a little bit better pull apart. A little bit more smoke flavor in the Franklin as well, of course. I think that little bit of extra effort, there's just no substitute for it, and you really can't replicate that in a pellet cooker. Clean bone. Anyways, if you guys have any comments or questions, feel free to leave so down below. Happy to see what you guys have to say. Until next time, we'll catch you later.